Hello friends and welcome back to the C.Gars channel. Today I'm once again joined by Cally of TOR, so thank you for joining me today, Cally. We are talking about a brand new cigar that's just hit the UK market. Cally, what's so special about the cigar?
So today, and it's my first time trying it also, is the Drew Estate Seleccíon de Mercado, which is a special release from Drew Estate celebrating 10 years of Liga Privada. So obviously you're aware of the other Liga Privada Drew Estate cigars. But what's so special about this one is that it's a release that's only available to Europe and the international market, which means it's not available to the USA. And judging off the comments I've had this week and our marketing, they're really gutted that they don't have it, so we feel a little bit special.
Yeah, I bet. I mean, Drew Estate, a lot of their market is in the US, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's quite unique, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really cool to have this, and we work closely with Pedro Gomez, who's sent us some videos, and yeah, he's made us feel very special to receive this, and we don't have loads, so it's a special release, special edition. I think we had 240 something boxes, so we don't have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. So yeah, whoever can get hold of these.
So you guys are the only distributors for these cigars in the UK?
Yeah.
Oh wow, so that's a really limited release, and we're truly lucky to be able to sample one today.
Yeah, so they'll be in retail stores now, and yeah, I mean, go and get them. And I'm gutted because I only got two, and you have one of them and I have another, so this is it for me. But if you can get some, yeah, store them up. I'm quite impressed with it so far.
Yeah. How come Drew Estate decided to only put these towards the market outside of the US?
Good question. A lot of sort of manufacturers tend to do this sort of thing, I guess, to make us feel special. So, I mean, I'm totally making this up as I go along now, but it could be, like you said, you've got the impression that the US have quite a lot of the Drew Estate market. So by having something, specifically for Europe and the international market, does make us feel special, and that, it's quite unique. And yeah, I assume that's why, but I can follow that up.
Awesome. Well, I think it's really special, and it's not something you hear of often, is it? But yeah, so what tobaccos have actually been used in this cigar?
So with this cigar, they've chosen beautiful reddish brown leaves, and that's from their exclusively grown Connecticut River Valley Criollo, which is now in its 5th year of cultivation. And it's bold, balanced, and really sophisticated. So they've, picked leaves specifically for this blend to make it extra unique, special. I keep using the word special, so I was trying to think of a different word then. But it is just special for us. So yeah, they've chosen particular leaves to use for this. So
yeah, and I know that there aren't too many brands that take tobaccos from the Connecticut River Valley, are there? And I think one of the only brands I know of that does is Foundation, and all of their blends are amazing too.
Yeah.
So I think that's something that's quite unique about this cigar, and the Criollo really stands out, and it's, like you said, I mean, we're not very far into the cigars, are we? But I can tell it's quite bold.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's going to be a bit of strength there, maybe like a medium to full strength. Yeah,
so it's technically classed as a medium strength for Drew Estate. So yeah, like you said, sort of medium to full-bodied, bold. I'm not finding it overpowering though, anything like that. It's actually really quite smooth and a nice easy draw.
Yeah, I agree actually. Construction's really good as well. But yeah, so we are currently sampling the Toro. Are there other Vitolas that we can see?
Yeah, so Toro is the only size that we'll be stocking, which is a 6x52. And what's nice, obviously we've now cut and lit it, but it has a fishtail top, which you saw, which you were a little bit sad about because you like a punch cut, and an unfinished foot. And they're actually made in the factory in Esteli by their most senior buncheros and rollers. So again, another little limited edition style thing for when they're even being manufactured, just to add that extra touch. Yeah,
that's cool. So obviously it had the closed foot, and then on the top of the cigar, on the head of the cigar, it had that fishtail to it. I presume that's a very difficult thing to be able to add to a cigar, right?
Yeah, so I think it just, it obviously takes a little bit more technique, and it just makes the cigar look that bit more finished. So it's more unique to look at. You'll probably see some images and add some images so people can see, but it just makes it more unique and probably takes a lot more skill, and it's different to the pigtail style as well. So I think when I first saw it, I initially thought, oh, is that a pigtail? But it's actually a fishtail, which when you look at it, I mean, I can't even imagine how
it's like wrapped around twice.
Yeah, there's like a little tail in it.
Yeah,
I can't even imagine how you make that. I need to have a look at some videos or something.
I mean, I would just imagine that the leaf would break, but
it's very
clearly
clever.
not.
No, it's very
incredible.
clever.
But yeah, I mean, you've got to be like really, really skilled and knowledgeable to be able to make one of these and roll one of these cigars. But yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. It has 2 bands of silver.
I really like the silver actually, and I think a lot of the time now there's a lot of gold in humidors.
Yeah,
there is a lot of gold, and don't get me wrong, I like it, and the holographic stuff, it's really cool. But this is sort of an industrial silver.
Yeah,
it's not overly shiny. It's just
no.
And
I always
really
think
cool.
that sometimes less is more.
Yeah.
And it's the case with this cigar. It's like, it's just silver on silver.
It's really stylish.
Yeah, it's really cool.
It would look really nice against like a silver and black car. My dream car.
What's your dream car?
Bentley.
Bentley. Smoke one of these.
Yeah,
just
just
look pretty cool.
Vibes.
Yeah. Tasting note wise, what are you getting?
Well, if I'm going off the spec sheet, which I know isn't a formal way of tasting cigars, but it mentions that it's comparable to a really rich espresso.
Oh, okay, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, which I can kind of get. Like we've just mentioned, it's quite earthy. But when I think of espressos, but I don't drink espressos often.
No.
So maybe I need to try one and compare it. But
so.
If that's what you're getting, then
yeah, I think espressos are a little bit stronger than the typical coffee, isn't it?
Yeah, they're like a shot.
So I completely agree with that. But personally, for myself, I'm getting like a black pepper. There's a lot of earthiness in the cigar, a little bit of like an oakiness to it.
Okay.
A slight like a smokiness, like a bonfire sort of taste, but that espresso sweetness is right in the background. And I'm expecting it to change up and the sweetness to come to the forefront of my palate towards the middle third. But so far, I think it's safe to say that we're both pretty impressed with how it is. Would you agree?
Yeah, and I said to you quite early on actually that I could get sweet flavours already. And it's quite a nice dark wrapper, so I don't know whether the wrapper is giving me sweetness. I'm not getting too much spice from it. Like I said, nice easy draw. It's just really nice. It'd be really nice if it was really sunny. I just have to imagine I'm sat like in Esteli smoking it.
Yeah, in your Bentley.
Yeah, in my Bentley.
I think it's awesome because it's such a subjective thing, taste, isn't it? So obviously you had that sweetness when you started taking the draw at the first few puffs of the cigar. But for me, I got like a pepperiness and the spice, but it's completely different for us both, isn't it?
Yeah.
We can definitely agree on the espresso sort of notes to it. But I just love how everything like this is so subjective.
It's a nice cool burn as well.
Yes.
I'm not overpowered with like loads of heat and loads of spice. Like I just find it really easy, and I'm not too into spicy cigars. They're not my thing. I don't like it when it's overly powerful on my tongue like immediately. And this has been easy from now, so I am really interested to see how it changes, like you said.
Yeah. So obviously you said that this is a limited release. We're only seeing 250, 240 odd boxes in the UK. Can we expect anything else new from Drew Estate coming in the future?
Well, obviously I can't give away all of our secrets, but they do treat us well, so it wouldn't surprise me if something new was going to come out in the next year or two. But if people like this, then I'd suggest going back and trying the existing Liga Privada, which is already in the UK market. So you've got like the T52 and going back to like the number 9, which is like the Flying Pig and things like that. They're all, to me, a really good, consistent brand name. So anything Liga Privada, I'm like, yep, I'll have one of them. So yeah, I'm not going to reveal all.
Of course.
But if you're into Liga Privada, then go back and try the range.
I completely agree actually. I think also one that really stood out for me was the number 9. That really stood out for me. It was a while since I had that. I think that was a couple of years ago now, but I would 100% recommend for people to try that one. But I also feel like Drew Estate are one of those brands that they have so much under their belt.
Yeah.
Like they've got so many unique blends. Obviously they've got the infused cigars, and like they've just got so much that they've done. Like any sort of flavour profile, any strength that you can imagine, they've probably done it.
Well, yeah, it wasn't that long ago we sat and spoke about the Undercrown.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the all decked out.
Yeah.
And that was a beautiful cigar as well.
Great
Super
cigar.
smooth.
Yeah, got a box at home.
Yeah. Boast.
Just got a whole box. Yeah, no, I really enjoy everything Drew Estate.
Yeah, that's great. I feel like we should get these down and enjoy them a little bit more. Okay, so we've come towards the fun third of the cigar, and I think it's safe to say that we're both thoroughly enjoying it. What sort of taste notes are you getting now?
So I think it's got smoother. It's still very cool, which I like.
Yeah.
Espresso-y. Chocolatey.
Yeah.
If I'm going to compare it to food and drink. Yeah, it's sweet and smooth.
I completely agree. I think the espresso, when they mentioned espresso, they really hit the nail on the head with that one. That's probably the most prominent taste note that I get. That sort of pepperiness that I got earlier, that's died down quite a lot. And again, it's very smooth. It's still quite cool as well, which is nice.
Yeah.
I think it's a wonderful cigar.
I do, and I'm still loving the bands.
Yeah. And do you know, I said this before, I feel really lucky to be able to sit here and sample one with you as well. It's just considering the fact that there'll be 2,500 odd cigars.
Quick maths.
But yeah, there's 10 in the box, so 2,500 cigars in the UK, and we've got one of them, and
that's it now.
Yeah, thoroughly enjoying it. It's wonderful, it really is.
Yeah, well, C.Gars have got some, so you can always get them from you.
Of course, so if you guys want to find out more information, you can find out in the link below. I think what we'll do now, we'll sit back and enjoy the rest of the cigars. But yeah, thank you so much for joining us today, Cally.
Thank you.
As always, a pleasure. And I look forward to sitting down and talking with you again about another brand, any other new releases that we potentially might have in the future.
Always.
Of course. And if you guys want to stick around, subscribe, follow our Rumble, and we'll see you in the next one. Stay safe, happy herping.